Hey there, we meet again. And hey, look, the moon is full. The situation is tense right now, but as you shield yourself with the iron armor of the clicking of like button, as you shield yourself with iron helmet of the clicking of the follow button, and as you shield yourself with the iron sword of the clicking of share button, worry not, my dear love, for the one that we're going to face later on. Although it hits us hard with the revelation, your strong loyalty to me is going to shield us. No jinns can ever devour our love. So buckle up, my dear love. Be ready with your comfy volume, your set of tidbits, and enjoy this creepy ride with, as we delve ourselves to a woman in love, a sinful and lusty love at the heart of the jungle of Kuala Lumpur.
Oh, I know this is sinful. Forbiddance. But, that satisfaction. The burden that's been lifted. Like suddenly my brain stopped thinking and worrying. Yes, this euphoria. My full satisfaction. I forgot about Sudardo, my loyal, stupid, beloved husband, during a sinfully hot, steamy 30-minute scandalous sex with Jahangir, the stallion from Bangladesh. Ooh. Okay. Jahangir, he is the roommate of Abdul Rahman, our pious Muslim friend. They're both immigrants from Bangladesh. Abdul Rahman and Sudardo, they both are working with the local Malaysian Chinese, Mr. Jason Leo. Okay, then, now, as for my husband, I've saved for him my full 45-minute video. A video of his wife being deliciously devoured by Jahangir. Sudardo, my husband, is my forever love. Nobody can replace him, and that's for sure. Me and Sudardo, we hailed from a poverty-stricken background, born and bred as Javanese Indonesians. From being homeless after 3 months of marriage, we did the only way we know best, to escape from our country, and that is by us offering sex in exchange for cash to meet and satisfy the sexual desires of most of the imperial and egoistic Western tourists at Surabaya. My husband is not a gay person, but he did it for me to have a better life than this. And after we've got enough money, we chartered a boat and off we sailed to Malaysia. And that was like some 10 years ago. Don't ask me how we get to live this long in this blissful country, Malaysia. Corruption happens everywhere in this world, and when the Malay officers, who also shared the same DNA like us, whose job are supposed to arrest and deport illegal Indonesian immigrants like us, when they met with our bodies, suddenly we are legit to stay. Sex is the golden ticket to eternity in Malaysia. Those Malay officers came from Putrajaya, where many commoners deem as the government administration center. But for some, they see that place as a great orgy party, a place of lust and vice. It doesn't matter which department they belong to, be it the religious department or not. A majority of them will get involved in sex one way or the other. When they were old and approaching retirement, only then will they begin to donate the proceeds of their income from bribes and corruption by going on pilgrimage to Makkah and donating the tainted money to religious schools and mosques in order to repent for their sins. Ironically, in their attempt to cleanse their tainted money, the outcome of these donations will then turn some of these religious schools into a breeding ground of vice. The vice doesn't just end there. The corrupted administrators of these religious schools might be keen to exploit their poor students in a high-class prostitution ring to take advantage of the generosity of these donors. Well, no matter how hard they try to repent and change their ways, the majority of them might not succeed, since they had been investing and nurturing their ego since the very beginning. It is impossible to become humble when you have been involved in vice and attempting godlike status your whole life. I was informed that Malaysia is declared as a Muslim country, but as a non-pious Christian myself, I'm sorry to say that I don't see any significance of religions, be it Islam, Christian, Hindu, Buddhism, Judaism, or whatever, being practiced not only here, but all over the world as well, other than merely serving as a symbol and ritual. This is the horror of the reality, which turns me into what I am now, and also turns you to be like what you are now. All these chaos stems from worshiping money as God. It is already common practice in the Western world, since they have legalized corruption and vice, but for us Asians, it is still a taboo concept here. Oh, before I blabber on endlessly, let's now get back to my story. Dr. Norman is my boss here, Jahangir is the janitor here, and I am a senior caretaker here in this building called The Shrink. Jahangir was brought here 3 months ago by his friend, the pious Muslim guy, Abdul Rahman. Jahangir is very good at handling secrets, and that's why I got him after his 2 weeks here, working together with me, doing our permanent night shift duty here at The Shrink. Oh, don't get me wrong though, it's not like we did it every night. No, because we only did it once my husband needed to be intimate with me. Okay, Siddhartho, my dearest husband, after involving himself with being a male prostitute for Western homosexual tourists in Surabaya, as a result of that, now the only way he gets to penetrate me is when there is another man doing him from behind. And also, watching me being done by that same man helps to excite him that much, so that later he will finish me off nicely. But the problem is, it's not easy to get such guys to join us. Except for those officers who once in a few months, or if we're lucky, repeatedly once every month, those high-ranking officers will gladly do us both. So, when Jahangir is here, although he won't go into doing my husband, he wouldn't mind doing me and recording it for my husband to watch. And that's how my husband and I get to be intimate, like the lovers we were once before. But Jahangir refused to do it at our house because he doesn't want any problems with his pious friend Abdul Rahman. We are actually very close neighbors. Our residential area is a very small town located at the far end of Klang Valley, and The Shrink is the only place where me and Jahangir have been doing it. Jahangir actually acts as our bull only. So are we not afraid of getting caught by Dr. Norman or the other staff? That is where you guys get us wrong. Dr. Norman actually felt blessed once he knew that Jahangir and I are secretly doing it in his establishment. Once he knew it, he awarded us with his secret halls filled with every sexual thingy. And then he even awarded us with a car because he need us to come earlier so that we can do our rendezvous, much like exercising before working. Okay, Dr. Norman is no fool. Yes, he is a psychologist, cum psychiatrist, cum therapist, but part of his mental treatment is commandant sex. But not just ordinary sex. What he meant by sex is doing it without guilt. Yes, you heard me right. When someone is able to indulge themselves in sex, and when they are doing it by freeing their mental state from the guilt created by religious beliefs or social pressure, once they can achieve sex freely, that's when the nirvana of mental state can be achieved. So that's his philosophy of medical treatment for some of his high-profile clients. But he dresses like a religious, pious doctor with his Islamic hat. And all around his building here, there are a lot of Arabic calligraphy hung on every wall. He said just like how weeds are banned in Malaysia, his way of treatments are also not welcomed in this country. So he set everything in camouflage. So that's why he created a secret underground hall below this building where he and his patients can engage themselves in orgy, freestyle sexual intimacy, be it homosexual intimacy or heterosexual intimacy. Just do it and free all the steam out of our head. Yeehaw, ha ha ha. Oh yes, after almost 10 years working with Dr. Norman, and after me and Jahangir were caught in the act by Dr. Norman, now we know about that secret hall. Now we know where he and all his patients disappeared to. And you know what? Dr. Norman agreed to have me, my husband, and Jahangir join his treatment during one of his future orgy party down at his underground hall. Yes. Oh, Malaysia is surely an underrated country, hiding her well-kept gems and secret paradise too. Dr. Norman is the living proof. And that's why I'm ready to fulfill his terms in order for us to join his orgy party. And that has something to do with that old lady caretaker, Makcik Khadijah. Oh, she is just my junior, but her way of carrying herself around here, I don't know why, but I despise her so much. It's her Muslim piousness shoving it to us around here. Oh yeah, that's the most disgusting behavior to me. Huh, if she thinks that with her being a local citizen grants her the free pass, then she is making a big mistake here. I'm her senior here, and although she spoke nothing about her religion to us, but her daily recitation of her holy book and her mouth, chanting of I don't know what, in my eyes, she looks like an evil old witch. God, I hate her so much. And the most reason why I want to end her life is her way of gazing at me with her sad eyes, like trying to comfort me, like I'm her dumb child. She does that every time me and Jahangir has done our exercise secretly in the secret halls of Dr. Norman. Her humility and all the caring and respect she gave to me, it's like acid hurting the soul of this not-so-pious Christian Indonesian. It's like she knew about the secret exercise between me and Jahangir. Above all this, and it is still fresh in my mind, although it happened 3 years ago, the first day she was accepted by Dr. Norman to work under my supervision, how dare she approached and asked me whether it's permissible for a Christian lady to wear a Muslim hijab. Huh, when there is not a single soul in this blessed country, heck, not even the same illegal Indonesian immigrants like us, knew that I'm pretending to look like a Muslim in order for me to get an easy ticket to all the jobs in this Muslim country. But Makcik Khadijah, oh, that wicked old witch, how in the world does she know that? Huh. And that's why I gladly accepted the task from Dr. Norman in order for us to join his orgy party. Oh yes, Dr. Norman even showed me the ticket pass for that orgy party, which came in the form of wood, carved with the names of Jahangir, myself, and my husband's. Orgy party and then bonus salary. The amount is enough for me to live like royalty and build a house back home in Indonesia, which will be as large as this building, the shrink. And I can also start up a business in my hometown of Indonesia. And all that will easily be obtained if Dr. Norman can witness with his own eyes the lifeless body of Makcik Khadijah. And tonight is the night. I finally knew that Dr. Norman is also having the same feeling of despite towards Makcik Khadijah. And during these 3 years she's been working here, no wonder Dr. Norman doesn't even care if I mismanaged her duty schedule. Heck, tonight it answered all my suspicions that Dr. Norman is also hating that wicked old witch. And tonight, that water in a specific bottle marked by Dr. Norman, which is actually laced with a venomous and deadly poison prepared by Dr. Norman himself. And my job tonight is to persuade her to drink that water, persuade Makcik Khadijah to just take a sip only, and Jahangir's job is to record her moment of demise for Dr. Norman to watch. Yeah, there she is, sitting in front of that heavily tinted window, her gaze locked on that haunted security post, located just on the right side of the big main gate. Oh, that haunted security post, which always ends up with either a security guard running away, abandoning that security post, or ends up with another dead security guard. From what I heard from Dr. Norman, those security guards are either drug addicts or severe alcoholic person, and it is normal for them to cope with loneliness during their night shift. They'd overdose on their drugs or alcohol intake, hence all the dead cases. But I don't even care about those lowly bastards because the only thing that I'm waiting for is when Makcik Khadijah open up that bottle and drinks it. And that bottle has been opened up, and Makcik Khadijah is slowly raising it to her mouth while gazing towards that security guard post. And then she gulped it.
Why does it feel just like yesterday when my brother, that 7-year-old dumb boy, Norden, is playing with his stupid toy, that stupid G.I. Joe figurine in a tight shorts, and is calling for my father to buy a newly released Barbie doll for him. Oh, that sweet excitement, that euphoric feeling I get when I smashed his face using that G.I. Joe toy. And I can't stop because, oh my, if ever I felt like Norden is my twin brother, it is when I saw the blood. Yes. Oh, I need you to be fully immersed in blood. And as your blood is bathing you, oh, the immersion of feeling. Yes, I finally get to feel you, Norden. But not your pain. No, not that. That immersion of feeling. Like you are my twin brother, my oh my. And how that feels so precious. I finally, for my first time, cried. The real water emerging from my eyes. Yes, that same magical water that you easily poured out of your eyes, Norden. And on that historical day was also the day when I embraced the pain from father's cigarette embers, the pain from mother's mosquito coil embers. When it touched my skin, it felt majestic. Oh, Norden, thank you, brother. Thank you for showing me how to pour out that magical water out from both my eyes. But Norden, why did mother and father stop blessing me with the pain when they saw that magical water pouring out of my eyes? Maybe because I'm being too stingy, too selfish, from sharing the blessing of the pain. So thank you for being grateful to me as I smashed your face almost every day, and each time I have done it, then came the blessings of the pain from father and mother again and again. Father and mother restrained me from hurting you further, Norden, and with that caused a sort of strange feeling to build up within me. Hence I resorted to looking for other avenues to achieve my euphoria. And the euphoria resonates when I blessed my love to our beloved cats. Norden, I bound the feet of the mother cat and her little kittens, extending them upside down on a tree branch, and with mother's kitchen knife, I sliced open the stomach of the first kitten right in front of its mother. I can never forget the excitement I felt as I saw how the mother cat reacted, watching the guts of her kitten spilling out of its body, dangling in the air. I repeated that procedure onto the other kittens, and I watched in glee as the mother cat struggled to break free upon seeing her kittens being gutted one after another. The sheer excitement I felt while watching the mother cat and her 4 kittens writhing in pain as their lives are slowly being sucked out of their miserable bodies. Upon discovering what I've done, father and mother blessed me again with beatings upon beatings, and the joy of receiving the love from father and mother resulted in my blacking out. Heck, I think I achieved my very first orgasm that day. Mother and father arranged for our family's private doctor to attend to my injuries and treated my wounds until they gradually heal. Oh, the immersion of feeling as it stacked up inside me, the burning desire of vengeance, how it's so majestic. And a few years ago, when our beloved mother and father went to China, how their plane exploded, and no one on earth knew where the body of their plane went missing. Oh, Nordine, the immersion of that same feeling, even without you living together with us anymore, that feeling, majestic Nordine, majestic, ha. And how many years it took for me to plan that grand, majestic vengeance, and how I managed to manipulate the events around that engineer at that airport so that he was unable to attend work on that glorious day. But before that, let me tell you from the beginning how I managed to make that engineer to be absent from work, and you'll see how detailed and meticulous I am in making sure my plans were executed flawlessly. Did you know, Norden, that I had been closely following this divine healer since the time you were involved in the perversive homosexual relationship with Dave? And I have researched each and every member of that family. Yes, I stalked that divine healer's family. Oh, you know who I am talking about. Do you remember who was the one who supposedly healed you from your homosexuality? Yes, that's Makcik Khadijah, the divine healer. And I can also see the Aura Norden. I saw their son, how he shared the same divine aura, like his parents. It took me more than a decade to plan this, and I executed it nicely. How I purposely made Ina sick by hexing a very strong curse on her. Do you want to know why I hexed her? Yes, Nurul Azlina, who was my former lover, also turned out to be the daughter of Mohammed Aduka, Kenchana's father's cousin. Oh, who is that guy Aduka? That boy Aduka is the son of the divine healer that healed you, Norden. Aduka was the one trying to cure the curse, which I had imposed on his second cousin, Ina. Hence, Aduka was kept occupied with the task, and he was the absent engineer that has made my job easier on planting the bomb on that majestic day. And you know what, Norden? The mother of Aduka secretly asked me for a job at the Shrink, a center I created for the rich bastards like us, Norden, to help cure their emotional damage. Oh, Nordine, you have no idea how complex my life is now, but I can assure you, I have been involved in some Western dark magic art too, just to help me execute the plan, to bless our parents with slow death and pain. Hey, I promise you, later I will share that side of my life. But now, let's focus on Makcik Khadijah first. Yes, the mother of Aduka, how she came here to destroy the magic art that I have invented for Nurul Azlina. And don't be surprised if I tell you that this building which I own now, where Makcik Khadijah is secretly toying with my creation, was the house where your beloved Dave hanged himself to death. Yes, Norden, this same house that was previously owned by the father of your sick lover. Sick like you, ha ha ha. And now, their house is mine. And tonight, Norden, I'm going to serve Makcik Khadijah's body and soul, along with that new security guard's body and soul, to my Western pagan jinns. so that I can create chaos in this country. Remember the dark side of my complicated life, which I mentioned earlier? Well, let me fill you in on the details. While I was pursuing my PhD in the US, I was accused by the US government as a serial killer, and I was linked with several murder cases in the US. Well, I didn't actually murder anybody. I'm just sending my love, like what I did to our cats. I was just sending my love to the most wanted criminals in the US, and consequently, I'm helping their government to rid their country of scums and criminals. My base of operations was in Black Hills Forest, Maryland, where I will bring the ones I want to spread my love with up to my cabin. Why Black Hills Forest, you ask? Well, no one dares to go up there since the phenomenal box office of the found footage film The Blair Witch Project. And from here on, my life goes upside down. While I was spreading my love there, I had actually angered some dark entities which resides there. I was given an ultimatum of either to sacrifice the person whom I was about to spread my love to, or to myself become a sacrifice for that entity. That entity is a whole community of Western jinns. Remember when Makcik Khadijah had supposedly cured you, Norden? She provided a sort of talisman, claimed to be protecting our whole family, including me, from the jinn. That talisman was so powerful that back then it renders me the ability to break the jinn's powers. Hence, I was able to make an agreement of either they submit to me and follow me wherever I go, or I will unalive their whole community. Well, actually, I don't know how to unalive the jinns, but since the kings of jinns was unable to harm me whenever the talisman that Makcik Khadijah gave us is near me, they became so afraid and intimidated that they willingly submitted to me in the end. Like how the saying goes, whatever goes up must come down in order to bounce back up. Consequently, I was arrested by the US government. So this is where the magic of the jinns comes in. In order to free me, the jinns under my control contacted their jinn monarch, who in turn is owned by the leader of the global banks. Strangely enough, I was supposed to be put on death row, but somehow, the leader of the global banks bailed me out with one ultimatum, and that is, I will no longer spread my love towards individuals, but rather towards a larger scale. In the West, there is one secret organization, which operatives consists of espionage from the members of G7. It was conceived by the owner of global banks, which main aim is to wreak havoc in foreign countries, so that any governments of G7 countries could infiltrate those countries on the guise of bringing back peace and order there. So I was inducted into the secret organization. My job now is to spread my love to my entire country, working hand in hand with the other operatives from the secret organization owned by that leader of the global banks. From here on, I was trained and ingrained to spread and send my love on a larger scale, which is to inflict my love unto my country, Malaysia. My job is to spread the agenda of LGBTQ and hedonism all over Malaysia, starting from reforming the nucleus family of Malaysians, reforming the schools and education systems, and last but not least, reforming the government and the legal systems of Malaysia. This must be done secretly and subtly. So Norden, can't you see this is all for you? The operatives, on the other hand, will create online cyber troopers. Their objective for the cyber troopers is to ignite the racial tension by creating ultra-racism for each and every race in Malaysia. The other operatives will create cyber troopers to ignite religious tension amongst the citizens of Malaysia. The final batch of operatives will also create cyber troopers with the aim to ignite political tension in Malaysia. Hence, the recipe for disaster is complete. Now, Nordin, let me divulge the reason why the secret organization wants to mess up Malaysia and other Southeast Asian nations. In the beginning, there was a single entity, global bank. Later on, a new global bank emerged in our Asian region, which is more powerful, and the former global bank feels threatened by the competition. Hence, the secret organization will deploy a troop to initiate chaos in Malaysia so that the G7 could send in their troops in the guise of returning peace to Malaysia. Actually, their mission was not merely to retain peace in our region. Rather, their aim is to colonize us subtly and subliminally. For me, if I sell off the shares to Father's Estates and Petroleum Company to the non-Bhumis in Malaysia, it is enough to instigate and speed up the racial tension. Just so you know, Father's Petroleum Company and estates are the nation's pride for Bhumis, like us, since Father was one of the largest shareholder of the companies. My boss, which is the leader of global banks of the West, promised me Southeast Asia to be my own empire. You hear that, Nordin? An empire, Nordin, larger than what was owned by our father and mother, Nordin. Ha. And yes, every plan I executed, and how I will execute the future plans, my speed is a decade, slow but surely, gradually then suddenly, and the time of destruction will be blessed upon this country, just like how our father and mother blessed me with pain again and again. But your divine healer Nordin, not even all my pagan jinns combined, yes, those jinns I brought from USA, are equal to her spiritual power. Yes, Makcik Khadijah, she can simply destroy all this master plan that I created. All those suffocating years on planning and execution will meant nothing when it comes to Makcik Khadijah. And that is how powerful she is. So Nordin, who is actually my dead brother's jinn called Corin? Yes, you, Corin. I'm talking to you right now, and you can stop your chameleon with me now. Thank you for helping to keep all my workers high in their libido, and thank you for the defecation made by you into their food and drinks. It really boosts their aphrodisiac, and when they are fornicating, they boost my power of the dark magic art. And for that, tonight, let's help your friend that I brought from USA. Consume that security guard, and consume that wicked old witch lady, who will be formerly known as Makcik Khadijah.
So sleep, my baby, sleep. When you wake up soon, like, follow and share this beloved nightmare, and I'll be sure, once a week, will satisfy your craving and addiction with the pure supply dosage of my
Nightmare.